So Sompao will be able to bowl out. There's 3 overs to go now. See if Hong Kong can maybe sneak up to that 200 mark from where they were at 119 for 7 in the 35th over. This has been a mini recovery, you could say.
And Regmi's finished his 10 overs. 10 overs, 2 maidens, 2 for 33. Excellent exhibition of left arm spin. And it looks as though it's going to be Karan who's going to finish off the innings from the far end of the ground. 18 balls left in his Hong Kong innings at the moment. They'll be looking to try and get as many runs as they can.
Yeah, he bowled a very good delivery to get rid of Anshuman Rath earlier in the day. A ball that reared off a length. Anshuman Rath could do nothing other than fend it to second slip. Very important final 3 overs here. And there's just one too many fielders outside the circle here. They've picked up on it before they've bowled the ball. It's going to be long off coming up, which is curious, given they're clearly going to try and bowl short. Ooh. It's hit out into the onside. It's in the gap. They might... Oh, a misfield out there. Doesn't go to the boundary, though, and they'll pick up 2. So Tanvir can get back on strike. 182 for 8.
The 8. Kyle Christie last man in. Still 14-15 balls remaining of this innings, and priority number 1 has got to be to bat through to the full 50 and eke out as many runs as they can from a Hong Kong perspective. Nepal will just be trying to clear this up for no more. 182, 183, 185. Could have been better, but I'm sure they would have taken it at the start of the innings.
Probably at 9 down now. You just have to just try and bat out the overs, pick up the singles. If that ends up being 10 runs or 8 runs, then so be it. You don't want to leave 2 overs in hand. Bouncer. Hassan Nawaz just inside that wide line on the leg side.
Yeah, the cardinal sin of any one-day games, you don't bat your full 50 overs. That would obviously be magnified by the fact that they obviously didn't score for pretty much the first 4 or 5 overs of the innings as well. So pressure on the last wicket pair to try and take this innings through to the end. But certainly they'll take every run they can at the moment.
Good slower ball there from Karan Ahsan Khan, berating himself, but I don't think there was a hell of a lot he could do with it. And after 48 overs, it's 182 for 9.
AP1 presents Nepal's Got Talent, co-produced by DCNepal.com.
Coming soon, exclusively on AP1. Exclusively on AP1.
Pretty well here. Kyle Christie, a bit of a mix-up. Tail-enders mix-up, but they get through for a single, and Kyle Christie's off the mark for what, if I'm not mistaken, will be his first run in international cricket. I think this is the first time he's been required to bat in a list day game.
They'll take him whatever way they can at the moment. Just keep eking every run out. Sompao, obviously, in his last over of the innings, I think he's bowled 8 so far, so he'll have 1 left that he's not going to bowl, but he certainly led this attack well, the seam attack.
Oh, that's well struck down the ground. Has he got enough on it? Yes, 1 bounce and over the rope. It went for 4 there. The umpire checking with the fielder, but from our position, clearly see it was a boundary, but a vital runs, and it's just turning into a very useful contribution here from Ahsan Nawaz. At number 10, he's come in and he's on 14 out there at the moment.
It's brought a change in the field as well. Long off's gone back, fine legs coming up into the circle. But another great option by Hassan Nawaz.
Backs away and he hits down the ground again, not with the same timing, but he'll still pick up a single. All important runs. Will it be enough? Mark Wright.
Good question, Max. I think Hong Kong have got to have the mentality that whatever they get, they're going to have to defend. So from their point of view, it's whatever they get, they'll take. And obviously they're going to the second phase of the game.
Kyle Christie doing the right thing. Putting the ball in the gap, picking up single. 189 for 9 now the score. And I tend to feel that they're probably 30 or 40 short from where they sort of at least need to be at, and it's Nepal's advantage. But in these games, when you have runs on the board, and as Nepal, if they lose this game, will be out of the reckoning for the top 4. It's backed away and cut into the offside. Picks up another single.
Yeah, the prize at stake for both teams is obviously huge, getting into these World Cup qualifiers, and for the top 4 that do progress, there's obviously they're in there from the direct route, but for the teams that finish in the bottom 4, there is a secondary way in. But certainly it will add pressure to the Nepalese chase, knowing that they have to win these 2 games to stay in contention.
Yorker. Haven't seen too many of those yet, and they're going to sneak a single here. That's good awareness from Kyle Christie. I think he did make it there, Hassan Nawaz. He does, and that will end the over. Score 191 for 9 with an over to play. So they've got to the last over. Yeah,
I think they'll by hook or by crook they've got there, and whatever they can get off this last over, last 6 balls, they'll happily take. The half-time break give both teams a chance to regroup and to assess where they're at within this game. Obviously Nepal know what they need to do in terms of their target, and Hong Kong, it's very simple. They're going to have to bowl very, very well, and certainly put as much pressure on the Nepalese batsmen as what's been put on them during their innings. But
yeah. Certainly they're going to have to match them in the middle period. I mean, that's where it went wrong for Hong Kong in this innings, and where Nepal got it so right. I mean, from 2 for 70 in the 18th over, and he scored 38 runs in the next 12 overs, and that wide slower ball bouncer, it's well bowled, but they that pressure resulted in Hong Kong losing 4 for 11 and suddenly found themselves 119 for 7. And that was through that pressure generated in the middle overs from the spin bowlers. And from that situation of 119 for 7, Hong Kong would very much have taken 191 from 9 from that point. So at least they'll head into the field with a little bit of momentum. Wide delivery. Kyle Christie hits it straight up in the air, but the long off is up and it won't be able to reach that one. And they get back for 2. So smart hitting from Kyle Christie, realising the long off was the place where the fielders weren't.
Yeah.
And still an outside chance of 200. That's well bowled. He almost doesn't need to change from that, Curran, because every time he's banged the ball into that length, he's been very difficult to get away.
Yeah, it was impressive for the new ball. He's come back with a clear plan at the back end of the innings, so he certainly looked at the dimensions of the ground, and he's worked out a plan that's worked for him today. From Christie's point of view, Hassan Nawaz, they've just got to eke out as many as they can these last 3 balls. Can they?
Well, I think that'll be a run out to finish the innings. It's the last ball of the innings. I'm not sure why he wouldn't run in that situation, but all out 194 in 50 overs. Nepal will be the happier of the 2 sides. Hong Kong recovered well. They've got a score on the board. But whether it's enough, we'll have to wait and see. We'll be back in about 40 minutes' time for the Nepal run chase.
sex, molestation, gay marriage, child abuse, all the things that you keep hush-hush. What does a Nepali mind say? How much do we, the people of Nepal, really care? Will you step out of your comfort zone, or will you still do nothing? Know all, only on